in our previous live session. So we have been discussing about the almost 71% of the earth is completely consisted with water. Only 29% there is a land. Just imagine among us that 29% we have a huge continents and 245 plus countries, and we were living upon that small tiny 29% of the earth land. Okay, and later we have started discussing about the importance of the water. So almost everyone completely depends upon the water itself. If there is no water, then the land is going to be remain barren. So there is no vegetation, there is no food at all, and we couldn't able to survive without water anymore. And okay, we are discussing about the water and land. The water is mostly important for us to survive, but how does the water available for us? In which process? Is there any special kind of a mechanism is there, like we have a bores, and how this groundwater is, I mean we have a bore wells, like in our houses usually the bore wells will come and they dig the bore and they will arrange some of the pipes to draw the water from the underground. So how we are getting that water? Do you have any idea? So the water which is completely under the ground, the water is located under the ground, is known as underground water, and we are drawing that. How does that underground water is available? Under the ground, how does the water available? So about this groundwater we'll learn in third chapter. Don't worry, we'll learn in next chapter. And let us learn about the water. Actually the water, when we are thinking about the water, definitely will one thing which strikes in our mind is about rain itself. How does the rain occurs? First of all, okay, how does the rain occurs? What are these clouds? Clouds are, yesterday in a previous live session we have been discussing, clouds are nothing but a small tiny water droplets which are formed together are clouds, which are above the air, not in between here, which are above the operation. We have started discussing about a process which is called evaporation. What is mean by evaporation? Who is going to tell what is mean by evaporation? So can anyone please comment from my viewers? Can I wait for the answers? So what's mean by evaporation? Just comment on the chat, or sorry for the disturbance.
Hello. Madam, online class is running. Hello. Hello.
Good morning, ma'am.
Sahiti, I'll call you back, okay? This is Sukit sir. Online class is running, okay?
Array. Hello. 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 This is Sukit sir.
Hello. Sahiti, this is Sukit sir. Online class is running. So I'll call you back, okay? Hello. Hello. Online class is running on. I'll call you back. Sorry guys, there was a lots of disturbance by calls from students. Okay. So evaporation. We are talking about the evaporation. What is mean by the evaporation? Abhinay, can you say?
And hello, hello, Sahiti. Hello, Sahiti. Hello. Hello. Online class is running. Can you please call me back?
Sorry guys, there was a continuous calls. Okay, let's discuss about evaporation. What is meant by the process of evaporation? Changing water, changing water into vapor state. Changing water into vapor state is known as evaporation. When we have boiled the water yesterday, the water is evaporating. That you are observing, water is started evaporating. And when you try to close that bowl, which is boiled hot water, when you try to close
Lid. When you try to close it with the lid, then it's the all the evaporated water droplets are going to be stuck to that lid, bottom of that lid. Then if you are going to keep that lid aside, if you are going to keep that lid aside, then you can see that evaporated water again started turning into water. Then what it is called as condensation. Condensation, changing vapor state to water state again, changing the water vapor state to water state again, changing the water vapors into the liquid water state again. And okay, it's going to be changed. That vapor is going to be condensed into another form: water, sleet, snow, hail, fog. Also, sometimes when we observe the earth, when we observe the atmosphere. Okay, when we observe the atmosphere, so we have a different kinds of forms of a condensation which is going to be released. That are hello. Do you hello? Can you Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, can you hear me, Sahiti? Can you hear me, Sahiti? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Am I audible to everyone? Sri Lata, can you please acknowledge me? Am I audible? Any of the other viewers, please? Am I audible?
Am I audible? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Hello? Do you have any sense that the online class is running on? You're just continuously calling me. Online classes running on Sahiti. I am Sukit sir. Don't call again. After the call, after the class, I'll call you back. I'll make madam to call you back. So don't call me back. Don't call to this mobile back. Again, and when it's going to the water state, it has to be reached again to the earth's surface. It has to be reached again to the earth's surface. So in how, in what way, in what perception, like that it is called as precipitation. Precipitation. Okay, precipitation means what? Precipitation is nothing but the different form of condensed water. The different forms of condensed water vapors are known as precipitation, and it's again take place in other forms like a fog, dew, fog, snow, or even hails. Snow or even or hails. Precipitation is going to be done even in the other forms also. Even in the other forms also. And the process of evaporation, the process of condensation and precipitation is never ending. It's going to be happen again and again. So from the seas, the water is evaporated due to the sun energy, and when it is going to be turned into clouds. What are meant by clouds? The tiny water droplets form together above the air are called as clouds. All the clouds are the tiny water droplets which are evaporated from the seas, from the surface of the earth, and these tiny water droplets, clouds, when they become heavy, when they reach to the saturation point, when they become very heavy, when they touch, or else when they touch to the cooler areas above the air, then they are going to become condenser in the water, in the air itself. They are going to become condenser. So the condensation process is going to be done above the air. Then when it's going to be heavier, then it is started precipitating in a different forms. So these are like hills and raining. It's raining over there. So what are the different forms of precipitation? So there are certain different forms of precipitation that we have: dew, fog, snow, and haze. And if we see about the winds and clouds especially, so clouds, where was the most of the evaporation takes place? Mostly evaporation takes place. Where was the most of the evaporation takes place? So did you observe at any time? The viewers, you can comment your answers in the live chat. Okay, where was the most of the evaporation will takes place? From the oceans. Good argument. So most of the evaporation takes place in the oceans. So in the oceans itself, the evaporation process is taking place, and the clouds. Oceans are the limited, a very short distance water bodies, or a very spread to the kilometers. So oceans are almost spread to the huge kilometers, a number of kilometers. Then what happens here? The evaporated water droplets are going to turn into the clouds and going to become condensed in the clouds and going to
Precipitate on the oceans itself. Hello, Sahiti, can you hear me? Sahiti, can you hear me? Hello, Sahiti. So mostly even rain also occurs on the oceans itself. Even rain also mostly occurs on the oceans itself. Why? Because the evaporation process also takes place in the oceans. Evaporation process also takes place in the oceans, and rain is also going to be occurred in the oceans. Hello, hello. Sahiti, online class is running on, and I am taking that class in Madam's mobile. You're completely drained off my class. నేను స్విచ్ ఆన్ చేశా కదా వీడియో, ఎన్నిసార్లు స్విచ్ ఆన్ చేసినా నీకు బోర్డ్ కనిపిస్తుంది. అగైన్ యూఆర్ కాలింగ్ మీ బ్యాక్. It's okay. Okay, I'll make madam to talk with you. I'll make madam to call you. Don't worry, after the class. Okay, can you please?
And evaporation takes place in the oceans, even as well as most of the rainfall occurs in the oceans itself. Okay, so this is what we have learned in previous life and today also. So today let us see about one more small topic about winds. One more small topic about the winds and clouds. So as most of the evaporation takes place in the oceans, as a result, most of the rain occurs at where? Oceans itself. One more answer sometimes it used to be asked in a party. Where does mostly rain occurs? On the oceans itself. And if you could observe the picture, so this is a winds in India. These are the winds which come all the way of Arabian Sea. Okay, here it is Arabian Sea, and some of the winds from the Bay of Bengal. So what are these? These winds are completely cloud bearers. Cloud bearers means which can transport clouds. Okay, so these winds all the way from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal are flowing towards to India, are transporting the clouds. That's why these two winds are called as monsoon winds. What winds? Are bringing rain. Okay, the rain bringing clouds are known as monsoon winds. The rain bringing clouds are known as monsoon wind. And if you could see these monsoon winds, north south, right, east west, okay, from where they are blowing towards to India, into the direction of India, these are blowing to entering into India from the, this is south and this is west, from the southwest. So that's why these monsoon winds are also known as southwest monsoon. And also there are two arms that are in our India, I mean monsoon winds have. One blows from the Arabian Sea and other one blows from the Bay of Bengal. One blows from the Arabian Sea and other one blows from the Bay of Bengal. Monsoon is nothing but, it is an Arabic word. Monsoon is an Arabic word which means Mausam. Monsoon means what? Mausam. Which word it is? Which language word? Arabic language word. Monsoon is an Arabic language word which is monsoon is originated from the Arabic language word Mausam, and it originated from the Arabic. So if there is any Urdu viewers are in my viewers list, then you can understand what is meant by Mausam. Mausam means what? Season. Mausam means what? Season and weather. Okay, so means those are rain bringing winds and rain bringing the season. They are bringing the season rain. Monsoon winds. Okay, and let us see about the rainfall in Telangana. So we are talking about the whole world, right? So let us talk about rainfall in Telangana too. So if we could see the rainfall in Telangana, so do we have a normal rainfall or else a heavy rainfall? Of course, at present if we see all over Telangana, we are receiving summer rain itself, from the June itself. So complete onset of monsoon, these southwest monsoon, the southwest monsoon is going to be begin from the June, and these rain bringing clouds are going to be carried forward to our Telangana, and because of that immediate effect, there is a suddenly big temperature differences from the March to the June, from the March, April, May to June, and will receive a very heavy rainfall. Telangana, some parts of the north and eastern Telangana, some parts of the north rainfall in Telangana. I am writing RF instead of rainfall. Okay, some parts of north and eastern Telangana receives heavy rainfall. You could see here it is. North and eastern, north side one and east side areas are receiving high rainfall because of the larger area of Telangana plateau. Most of the larger area of Telangana plateau receives a very little rainfall. The southern part, if you could see, and you know what, the mountainous ranges that we have, the western Ghats, which comes from the north part, rain bringing winds, and the type of rainfall is very common in the mountainous ranges, and mostly the October, in the month of May to October, due to the monsoon will receive a heavy rainfall, and after October present in this time, so will receive a rainfall due to some of the cyclones which form in a Bay of Bengal, in the ocean of Bay of Bengal. Even present also we are receiving the heavy rains because of Bay of Bengal itself. 2 minutes now. Because of Bay of Bengal, and this is about what rainfall map in India, in Telangana. Just try to answer these questions. Okay, so I am going to end up my live here. So we'll catch up in another live back.